Park with your girl, Olivia Odaleke of Campus Insights. It's a pleasure to be with you today to again talk about ways we can bring more calm, clarity, and curiosity to educational leadership. And today, I'm just gonna kind of try to keep it real. We really have a wellness crisis taking place in education, especially among school leaders. Let's be real. Leadership isn't just about strategy. It's about s- sorry. It's about having the stamina. It's not just the strategy. How can I be resilient? How can I stay in this without feeling burnout? And what no one is talking about enough is that school leaders, especially women, are burning out at alarming rates. This isn't just a professional issue. It's really a wellness crisis because it's really hard to lead when you're not well, when you're feeling burnout. We talk a lot about the teachers being burnt out, but there is this quietness as women, especially in leadership roles, are feeling burned out. And I wanted to share two statistics with you. The first one comes from a study from the RAND Corporation in 2022, and it said that 42% of school leaders say they experience frequent job related stress. 42%. That's almost half compared to 29% of the general workforce. So again, again, the reason is we're going to be a little more stressful because we're dealing with people's futures. We're dealing with kids' futures. We're managing. I remember being a part of an admin team. We were managing almost 60 people. That's a little corporation. That's a business. And some of us just came out of college. We got some certifications, and we were put in positions because we were good teachers or we were able to do good PD. People looked up to us. And now all of a sudden we're in this role. And a lot of us don't have the confidence yet because we didn't have the experience. It'd be different if we kind of came from a business background where you were able to manage budgets, you knew how to deal with human resources. We may know the policies, but to have all those things integrated can be stressful, and it can definitely be a challenge. Women in leadership roles, now the statistics are 2 times more likely to report chronic exhaustion and feel undersupported in comparison to their male counterparts. Again, this is McKinsey and Company, Women in Workforce 2023. So we're 2 times more likely to report chronic exhaustion because not only are we doing all of the work in our schools, but many of us are still active in our communities and active, very active in our own households. So we're basically expecting women in leadership to hold everyone else together while quietly falling apart ourselves. And I'm tired of it. And based on feedback I've received, Campus Insights is initiating the Spark Circle, and the whole purpose of the Spark Circle is to bring back that calmness, bring back that clarity, and make you more curious and ask yourselves a few questions. And I want you to think about these questions. You can write them down, you can come back onto them, and you can really, really reflect on them. Because I think sometimes we're going through life, and if we would just ask better questions, sometimes our whole mindset, our whole perspective could change overnight. And now something that was stressing us no longer stresses us because now we're asking different questions. So I'm going to invite you to write these down and reflect on them during this session or if you're listening to the replay. So the first question I have is, when was the last time I truly felt at peace in my leadership role? Is it when everyone left the building and the door was closed and you finally had a little minute of peace? Mm. When was the last time? Was it a long time ago? Was it last week? Was it today at any time? You need to pause and ask, was it recent or are you always on edge? Because we got to have our peace. Our peace is one of the most essential things to having life and joy is having peace. and being able to also know that I have peace with other people in my building because why? I'm a person of integrity. I'm a person with a clear vision. And I paint a picture so others can follow, and I'm calm. I'm not leading out of stress. I'm not leading out of anxiety because when we lead out of anxiety and stress, whatever we have in our brain is penetrating the brains of our faculty, of our students. It is resonating out of our very being, even though we don't say a word. The second question I would like you to reflect on is what patterns of urgency am I mistaking for importance? So what things just seem like they're urgent, but I'm thinking they're important, but really they're not important. There's somebody else's urgency, but again, they're trying to take away my peace and I'm mistaking it as importance because many of us are in a reactive cycle and we have to break it. And the only way to break it again, we have to ask ourselves, what is urgent? What were some things I did today that were really urgent and important? And which ones weren't? And how can I make sure I classify those the right way and handle those situations in a calm way and not bring importance to something just because it may seem urgent? And then the next question I would like you to reflect on is who supports me when I'm the one everyone else relies on? Real support systems are not a luxury, they're a leadership essential. And you need to think about who's supporting you. And sometimes that support may not be coming from in the building, but ladies, you need support. We're working, we're exhausted, we're 42% likely to have work-related stress versus the general workforce. We need support. And that word support is something you hear all the time. You always hear the principal, administration, the district leadership needs to support the teachers, need to support teachers, need support, teachers need. When do you hear principals need support? When do you hear district leaders need support? When do you hear that? They just one day woke up and just had all the answers? That they don't feel inadequate, they lack confidence, they're not sure about what to do. Who is supporting them? That's a question we have to ask ourselves because at the end of the day, when you start getting support, you'll know how to give it to others. You'll know how to give it to your teachers, and the teachers will know how to give it to students. But if we're at the top and we're lacking that fundamental awareness, it just escalates. The chaos just continues all the way down to the bottom. So we just have 2 minutes left. I just want to give you a quick takeaway. What is mine to carry, and what do I need to release? I want you to really think about what should you be carrying, and what are some things you just need to release. You just need to let it go. This one reflection can help interrupt the burnout cycle and begin a new way of leading, one that starts with wellness, not sacrifice. So, as I started earlier today, leadership is a wellness issue. And until we treat it as such, our schools and our students will suffer the consequences. It's time to lead differently with clarity, curiosity, and calm. So, stay tuned for next week's 10-minute live spark. And we invite you to join the Spark Circle. To learn more about it, you can go to spark.sparkcuriosilyedu.com and be a part of one of our founding members. As we have so many women, we're looking forward to be a part of these circles that really support each other and also have the guidance and the principles needed in order to lead with calm clarity and curiosity. You've been here with your girl, Olivia Odaleke from Campus Insights. And I'm going to leave you with a new original song called Curiosity Take is Taking Over Me. And I'm hoping that some of you may be curious about the Spark Circle and curious about how will it look when you lead with clarity, curiosity, and calm.
Yeah. Oh. Keep asking why I can't let it die. Used to sit in silence, watch the stars above. Dreaming of answers, not chasing the buzz. No phones, no noise, just the air and sky. Every thought a question, every moment a why. Now the world's so loud, can't hear my soul. Scrolling for meaning in a black hole. But there's a voice off deep inside saying wonder is living, don't let it hide. Calling me, creeping back in, can't hold it down. A spark
Spark
in
in
me,
me.
rising like
Rising like
fire,
fire,
can't
can't
turn it
turn it
down. And
down.
every mystery,
Mystery,
every
every
hidden
hidden key.
key. Curiosity
Curiosity
keeps
keeps
taking
taking
over
over
me.
me.
Curiosity, it keeps taking over me. Yeah, yeah. Keep wondering about the
The possibility.
possibilities. So many. The
The
world
world
goes
go
quiet
quiet
'cause we
'cause we
don't
don't
ask
ask
why.
why.
But I won't let that piece of me die. Curiosity
Curiosity
is
is
setting me
setting me
free.
free. I
Oh,
want you
no
guys to be
longer
set free.
silent. It's helping me discover me, discover
We
me.
used to dream, not just consume. Turn a night sky into a living room. Questions dance like sparks in the air. Now it's all noise, but the wonder's still there. I ain't playing numb, I ain't living blind. Cause the greatest treasure lives in the mind. Every why that I chase, every truth I find takes me closer to the me I've been trying to find.
No fear of the
No fear of
unknown.
the unknown.
No fear,
We're not
no
afraid.
fear. Every question calls my throne. Every answer, every clue
Every
shows
soul
me
shows
a
me a
deeper,
deeper
truer
truth.
view. Curiosity, it keeps
Keeps
taking
taking
over
over
me. Sing it
me.
louder now. Endless worlds, endless possibilities.
So many possibilities. But curiosity, I hope it takes over you and you can begin to see the possibilities that are right in front of you. Thank you so much for joining the 10-Minute Live Spark. We'll see you next Wednesday. Same place, same time. Bye bye.